All right. Welcome to Security Guy Radio, Black Hat 2016. What's your name, sir?
Hi, Dom Glavach with Concurrent Technologies Corporation, a government contractor out of Johnstown, Pennsylvania, suburb of Pittsburgh, PA.
And what do you guys do?
A lot of government contracting in the information security arena for various intelligence community, a lot of cloud, FedRAMP, a lot of CNA accreditation certification, and a lot in the attack sensing and warning arena.
So even the janitor needs to know how to hook up a VPN connection. This is a high-tech group.
Absolutely,
right.
Absolutely.
And what's your big challenge over there?
The big challenge we have, the speed of everything, first of all, the speed of attacks, the speed of remediation, the speed of people, and really the spirit. Everything we've seen at Black Hat, there's a great deal of focus on vendors, a great deal of focus on speed of everything, speed of getting information to the right people, getting profit to the business, understanding how attacks occur, when they occur. But the thing that is still missed, we still have a real shortage of quality workforce. People that I say have craft. We all have craft.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't think the problem is finding them. I really believe the problem is keeping them.
Okay, I would have thought it was finding them.
It is. But once you find them, you need to keep them. And there's a lot of focus. There's a little bit of maybe an over-focus on shortage, and not enough focus on
retention.
The ones that you have, retention.
Well, that's always the case. You're right. I mean, culture.
Well, so you're dealing with a really motivated group of people. You're dealing with
Absolutely.
very smart people. And what is it? Are they moving on to better opportunities, or is it do they get restless?
See, I do think the challenge is restless. Every day, even if you're a defender or an attacker, defenders suffer loss all the time, and that's a challenging culture to be part of.
Mm-hmm.
And as you said, they're very intelligent people, and if you're not challenging them every day,
Yes.
every week, every
Right.
month, they get restless.
Yeah, but now you have to balance that out with work-life balance and not being too tough on everybody and having a great culture.
Well,
it's a tough balance.
I agree with you. It's a, how to describe it? It's a management style that's not easy to obtain by everybody, right? So when I was at the studios, I managed, guards, but I also had an IT department under me, and I couldn't do what they did, but I didn't know how to manage them, right? And if some smart guy comes to you and tells you something smart, and you treat it like it's dumb, you got a problem. They don't get that.
You have a retention problem.
Yeah.
You have to change your way you deal with people.
I think you have to deal with different people
based on what their skill
based
set
on
is.
what their skill
Yeah.
set and based on what motivates them. Some people need a kick in the pants, and some people need a pat on the back, and some people just need to be left alone so that they can do
That's
their
true
work
too.
the right way.
Sometimes
and I think
highly intellectual people aren't team players.
there's not a lot of managers that can understand that.
And that may be part of the problem. Guys like me that grew up as an attacker, that matured in my career. Now I manage people. I went to SANS early days and learned how to exploit, how to reverse.
Yeah.
No one said talk to your people, make
This
sure
is how
they're
you
feeling
manage
good.
them, right?
Right.
So
I know how to make people work to a common goal. I know how to make people innovate. I know how to help them find a buffer that is exploitable. But I sometimes struggle to say, how's your day going?
Well, I think there's a big difference. What you're touching on is not only for this industry. I think there's a big difference between leadership, which I think is what you're describing.
Yeah, I think so.
Getting people to do something intrinsically, and then management. Because management and leadership, I think, are two different things.
That's
What
true.
What do you think?
Oh no, I agree with you. The manager sets the tone,
Right.
and I'm sorry, the
The leadership
leader
sets the tone.
and the manager executes.
Right.
And should carry that message down.
Yeah,
And the message gets lost sometimes.
And sometimes, and I tell you what, I was in the Army for a long time. Leadership is what everybody focuses on, but really the Army is a great managing tool. They teach you tools how to manage, but what really is a challenge is managing really smart people, because they don't need as much management as everybody else.
That's right.
And that's where a lot of people say, I'm a great manager, we're going to do this today, here's our tasks that we're going to accomplish. And smart people are like,
that's a dumb way to do it.
Yeah, that's a dumb way to. It's exactly right. That's exactly what they say.
The other piece to that is we're dealing with people that have a tendency to break the rules, a tendency to have
That's a
anarchy.
great point. That's a great point.
I struggled early in my career hitting deadlines, not because I couldn't achieve them, it's because someone told me to.
Wow. So what's the cybersecurity world going to do if it is developing its skill set from a capabilities perspective, but not in the management scope?
It's going to implode.
I mean,
Like
are we
any
going to
other-
just
like
have a
any
bunch
other
of people
business
just
would.
running off and going from job to job to job to job, no continuity? What's happening?
I really think that's what's going on today. The guys that I've mentored that became ninjas didn't leave for a different opportunity. They basically changed managers. They changed who was leading. They're still doing incident response.
Fundamentally the same thing.
Fundamentally the same thing. They're just doing it for
That's
someone
interesting.
else. Maybe because they outgrew us as a company, and not just the concurrent technologies. I'm talking peers that are in the industry. I see a lot of people that just change managers and just change essentially the uniform.
Right.
Yeah.
Still doing the same job, still working at the same pace. Maybe a different challenge, maybe a different color. I don't think it's compensation. I don't think it's days vacation because we don't use them. I think it is leadership in challenging them.
Yeah, I was in the guard business a long time. Corporate first, which is a whole different ballgame, and it went to contract. And the way that business is run is so insane, I just couldn't take it anymore. And I left the business. Now I have a radio show, so nobody tells me what to do, and I'm very happy, right? But I get it. So I think people in that area, since they're super highly intelligent, they can see how things don't work better than the average guy, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or girl. And they say, you know what, I can do it better. I'm going to go over here and do it better.
And they don't have a lot of patience usually.
No, there's not a lot of patience in that.
They
You can see
don't.
it.
So the problem to the anarchy thing,
Yeah.
the anarchy issue that I brought up is I involve them in the deadline now. Are you are you sure? Is that accomplishable? Is that the way you want to do it? And I really make it their decision.
Sure.
And then I'll use the word pin them to it, but we try to hold them.
Right.
And as much as I dislike being held to something early in my career, today I see the value of it, and hopefully, as we get older and sleep more and play less, you start to realize that wisdom that someone gave you was valuable. And
Yeah, sure.
I'm hoping that works. So if it doesn't occur, I think there will be a bit of continuous people just leaving one job, going to the next, and really not solving the problem.
Now, we're talking to Deidre Diamond from Cyber SN. She's a big recruiter in that space. And did she work with you?
Yeah, we know each other professionally.
Right.
We've shared some candidates and some stories.
Yeah, now she told me, it's her opinion, that there are some people that are just saying, you know what, I'm out of the whole business. I'm going to go sell flowers on the corner instead because it's
Really?
less stress, it's less of a problem. So there's a separate leakage. That is
Just
an
the
additional
people
problem.
actually exiting.
Forget
the
trying
market.
to find them. Now we can't even keep the ones we have, not only in the job, but maybe
Based on
what?
what are the biggest reasons that people are
It's
leaving?
just the way, same kind of stuff.
Burned.
It's just they're burned.
burned
I mean,
out.
it's just-
Yeah.
And I think that comes from being managed improperly. That's my
Yeah.
take on it. Because
So
they
what-
do what they do because they like it.
Right. There's so much passion.
There's
so much passion.
So how could you drain that out of somebody and ruin it? See what I mean? That's what's sad about that.
Bad
part of the business.
management.
It's
Bad
Bad
management.
management.
Badge management, not inspiring them to do something different.
Right.
Everyone stays in their comfort zone for a reason, but when you begin to challenge people and let them grow, they don't get restless.
They may get a little frustrated along the way, but
yeah.
that's good.
You can overcome that in military
Yeah.
terms.
Sure.
The people that I know that have burnt out and left the industry were literally burnt out because the people they were working for just kept using them
As a workhorse and
as a
never
workhorse
developing
because
them.
they could run. They were a stallion, and good racehorses want to run, but they do need rest, and they'll eventually tire and need to go to pasture. But these guys aren't in their 60s or 50s that went to pasture. They're out of the game because I just can't look at a keyboard anymore. I can't lose anymore.
Interesting.
I felt good all day,
Until
and now I'm depressed again.
Well, it's
it's an up and it's a
No,
hills and valleys.
Look at all these
Okay.
great things being done, but guess what? We're going to run out of people to do
No,
it.
there's a lot of people
That's
that are
what I'm worried about.
passionate, and all the interviews that we've done, everybody's really passionate. But we're not talking to the people that are burnt out, because
Right.
they're not here.
And we might
So-
lose them, and we're going to lose the next big thing.
Oh, it's a major thing, and it's interesting talk.
Yeah, thank you,
Interesting
guys.
Give us the name of your website again.
It's www.ctc.com.
Excellent. And
very
your
cool.
name?
Dom Glavach, our CISO.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Thank you,
Thanks
gentlemen.
so much.
Pleasure.
Pleasure.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
Absolutely.